Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Robinson's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
6 yards left on 2nd down. Back to throw. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll run on 1st down. Rosenthal. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On first down, Richardson escaping the pressure right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Richardson. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him about the 10-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the number 2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're number 2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball anyway? Or do you do the best thing and throw the darn thing and try and get in the end zone?
Maybe that's wiser. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The DeForest Buckner using those big hands and getting in there and bringing him down for the sack. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Colts ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Richardson. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Richardson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Here's second and 10. Looking to throw. Richardson. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Carl Lawson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. The Colts send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. He'll look to throw. There's another one complete to Shenault. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be a second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. They'll look to throw again. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. There he goes, left side. The 30, 20. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run here with Taylor. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the... They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Back to throw. Richardson. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Richardson. Flushed out right. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And this one is right through. And that will tie us at 3-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throw over the middle, caught by DeGuara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Back to throw again. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And you can see in the next-gen stats, that one was 62 yards in the air. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, Richardson. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The career catch number for him just continues to climb, now at 1,070, and that is where Reggie Wayne finished.
And I was always told, if you went about your business like Reggie Wayne, you had a chance to be a heck of a player. So I've asked, how does this guy go about his business? Morning, noon, night, pregame, postgame, pre-practice, post-practice. That's why he's accumulated this type of number.
Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 47-yard line.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
This will be fielded at the 17. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. 2nd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's once again complete to Chark. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
That's good for Jaguars. First down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught. It's Shenault. Touchdown, Jaguars.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Final preparations being made for the second half, both in terms of game plan and also hydration, because humidity is really going to catch up to these guys, no doubt. And for the call of the second half, we go back to Brandon Gaudin.
Yeah, Coach. Hey, that goes for the announcers, too. No AC in this booth, so we've got a mash unit of empty water bottles up here as well.
The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
To throw is Richardson. Looking to throw on second down.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
He's picked off at his own 47, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive in the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
He'll find Aguara complete.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Second and 10.
They'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Well, the Jaguars are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second and goal? And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tyler Boyd, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Jaguars are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
A young quarterback, Charles, running to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. And that is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. They're going to look to throw. And Sharp pulls it in. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big connection on that one. 37 yards.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9. He'll drop to throw. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. DeForest Buckner, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. Richardson throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Campbell. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them a possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Julio Jones. His second touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, it's Robinson, and he'll get this one up to the 26. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Throw right side, going to be complete to DeGuara.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That's good for a Jaguars. First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They run. Robinson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Open man left side. It's the tight end DeGuara.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll run it now with Robinson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game I don't see why that trend would change now. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down.
4 down, 4 down. 58, right over there, right over there.
They'll set up to throw. Right there, Chenault for the Jacksonville touchdown. Laviska Shenault, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth-quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Richardson. Dancing to his left. And his throw here is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Richardson. That ball caught by Campbell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Oh, yes, that was good pressure applied that time by the defensive unit. They forced him out wide to his left, but with nobody home, he decided to tuck it and go, and he's able to turn it into a short gain.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Richardson. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Colts on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Richardson. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particular. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Richardson.
Slant pass hauled in by Campbell.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but
and the Jags get to him as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off at his own 47, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Julian Blackmon.
And the Colts are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line. A little careless with the football. And he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did. And when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carter. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.